angielsku mówił. Okay, hi guys. Okay, so today we're driving the Audi e-tron Q4. This is the 40 e-tron 40 version, which is rear-wheel drive, 200 horsepower, 77 kilowatt-hour battery. So all the main, so the setup here is very similar to our e-tron 55. You have the main screen here. You have the climate here, and then the main screen is here. So the start-up button is the same. Oh, it's already on. Okay, so you don't even have to press the start-stop button; it automatically starts. So, and as soon as you press the brake pedal, the car turns on. It's automatically on. All you have to do is put it in gear. So that's basically it. The rear view camera with all the sensors all around, and you can probably change the camera and angles and all that stuff. Okay, then automatic wipers, of course. So we put it on auto. This is good enough. Okay, so let's just change the mirrors. Okay, there we go. Basic, everything. Dobra. Okay, let's go. We go over there. Okay, so this particular version, the 40, there's 3 versions in here in Poland. In Canada, we're only gonna get one, the 50 all-wheel drive. Here you get the 35, which is 170 horsepower, small battery, which is about 58. Then you have the 40, which is rear-wheel drive, 200 horses, 77 kilowatt-hours, and then you have the all-wheel drive, 300 horses, and with the larger battery. So today we're driving the rear-wheel drive mid-range 40, which is basically the same specs as the ID4 we drove in Canada. So right. This way? Okay. So we're gonna take it for a quick spin around Białystok, Poland, eastern Poland, little town of 300 inhabitants, about 200 kilometers away east of Warsaw. And local dealer is kind enough to let us
on the left
test it. To the left here. We're gonna go on a little piece on the highway. It's 22, maybe it's a little too much. Let's take it down to 20. So let's try and see how well it merges into the highway. Okay. There we go. That's a rear-wheel drive. So obviously there was a bit of a wheel spin in the back. The roads are a little wet today, but the acceleration is pretty strong. Very similar to the Volkswagen ID4, but right away you can feel and see the difference in quality of materials inside. It's much more luxurious than the Volkswagen, obviously, even though they're sharing the same platform and same mechanics, but the car feels much more luxurious inside, which is logical. It's obviously more expensive than the Volkswagen as well. So in terms of the different modes. Okay, this is the 80 zone, so we have to watch it. There's a lot of cops on the roads in Poland and photo radars, so we have to really watch it. So the different modes, like a sport mode, eco mode, where is the button to change the driving mode? Is there somewhere here off, I think? Oh yeah, this one here. Okay. So
tylko w tym modelu nie jest to domówione, nie mamy.
Okay, so this only one mode. Only one mode, which is basically the basic mode, and we can see what it looks like. Yeah. Okay, so we're on the highway now and doing 120. The car feels very stable. We're gonna check out the average consumption after we stop the car, but it feels very solid and quiet inside. It seems quieter than the Volkswagen ID4. Obviously, it makes sense. We're gonna let the other people go. The top speed is, I think, is it limited to 160? 160 jest maksymalna tutaj, tak? 160, tak. So the top speed is lower than the e-tron 55. Obviously, the e-tron 55 is 200 kilometers. This one is 160 limited top speed. And yeah, so this particular model does not come with different drive modes. It's only one drive mode, but it's fast enough. Yeah, very comfortable. And the seating position and everything else, the space inside, Feels very stable. And all the controls here, these are touch controls, a little bit different in our Audi e-tron 55. They are touch controls. They light up when you start the car. So you have all the entertainment functions here, the search and then volume buttons up and down. We can't play the radio because YouTube doesn't like it. View, and then this is for autopilot controls and cruise control, I guess, right? View. This is different settings for. Yeah. Right now we're showing 29.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, but we just started and the heating is on. It's a pretty low temperature, +8 today outside, so the heater is working hard, hence the high consumption. But just like the ID4 on the highway, once the car is preheated, your consumption will be well below 20 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That's about it. So you have automatic wipers here. Now to turn on ten auto sterowanie, jak to się tutaj włącza?
Mówimy o utrzymywaniu auta w linii.
Tak, tutaj.
To jest w tej chwili aktywne, tak? Mamy tutaj to oznaczone. A tutaj mamy na przycisku z boku możliwość włączania lub wyłączenia.
Tutaj ten dolny, prawda?
Tutaj będzie tempomat.
Tempomat, rozumiem, tak? Okej, czyli żeby to włączyć,
w tym momencie zapinamy.
Okay.
Ustawiamy odległość, tak?
Czy to jest tylko czujnik tych pasów, czy on też będzie kierował sam?
Będzie, tylko za chwilę poprosi Pana, żeby przejąć to kierowanie.
Okay,
tak.
so the same, yeah. So it's basically it's not a full auto steer. It's basically a lane keep assist, which will prompt you. Yeah, it'll if you bounce off the lane, it'll give you a warning, and then you have to take over. So yeah, again, that's what it just did. It corrected me, but it's not like a full auto steer. So it's a very similar system to our e-tron 55 in that respect. All right. Okay, so that's about it for our first impressions. I guess we can turn out the most on that. Dobra, super, dzięki.